By now, anyone who played Genshin Impact or seen the story spoiler will know what happened to the captain. But what if I tell you that not only can I explain that why the captain has to be the one to give up his life for Nalan, but his return can be actually unexpectedly simple. Hello there, how's it there? I'm Ame Gakita there. So obviously today in the chat we are going to step into Genshin theory, and it is a game theory in a way with a lot of speculation and whatnot, but didn't want to do this video in the first place, but got into an argument on Twitter along the line, and it really kind of like got me pissed off because the theory was considered too loose to be or maybe too much of a stretch. So in a way, I decided to do my version to explain why the captain has to be the one to give up his life, and at the same time that his return actually is very simple. But again, it is just a game theory, so do prepare your sword and throw the sword at the screen if you need to. But again, I'm just giving based on my explanation, using real life explanation as well, and kind of like using words that for some reason have been repeating in the game itself as well. Now, before we step into understanding why the captain has to be the one, or what is his new role, or what's or will he have a return along the line, we have to ask 5 simple questions and a bonus question. Now, number 1 is that what is the captain main true goal? Like, what is his scheme? What is his main purpose? What is all these things? Was he that he was trying to get the pyrogenesis, a chest-like piece that belonged to the Pyro Archon, or was it to guide the soul along the line, all in a way that he was seeking peace? That is the question that we have to ask. Now, the second thing that we have to also ask is that his bargaining chip. His bargaining chip in this kind of funny thing is that he was using his curse or immortality. And then we have to ask, what is the curse or immortality? Why does it consider a curse? And then after that, we have to go to a good question. Why does the rule of death create a curse? And at the same time, why does it that she can't overrule it? Which lead to why the last number 4 question would be, why does it being used as a bargaining chip? Why does it matter? And then we have to ask the last question, what is the captain's new role? And why does his return can be unexpectedly, unsurprisingly simple? That everyone seems to overlook. Now, the one thing is, right, when we ask what is the captain's true goal, it's kind of interesting that, is it that he's trying to find peace? Or was he for 500 years old trying to guide his soul to the afterlife? Or was it that he's trying to get the pyrogenesis? It may be that his initially goal was to go to Pyro Nation to get the pyrogenesis from the Pyro Archon. But the thing is, right, when he come across that they were having a war with the Abyss, and then out of nowhere he came across the Lord of the Night. And through that, he was able to come up with a new goal. That it was in line with his true goal, the goal of bringing the soul to the afterlife. And a lot of people need to understand that in order to go into the afterlife, the thing is, right, in Genshin, the afterlife is actually the Lin line for some reason. It's not like the heaven above or the hell below. That is the Lin line, which they call it a network of energy and memory, which in a way the soul. And the funny thing is, right, from what I do understand of this situation is that the captain wanted to become the master of the Nalan version, and to also merge his assistant with the Lord of the Night to change the rule. Because the thing is, right, Nalan network is actually separate from other places network, because the thing is, think of Linline as a whole internet. The Nalan one is like China, the North Korean or China with their own network that is not fully connected to the overworld. So the thing is, right, for Nalan Network to finally accept the overworld, you need to have a new ruler, a new host that is able to change the rule in a way. And that's what the captain wants. He has to become the master of the Lin line. And the funny thing is, right, his bargaining chip was the curse of immortality. Because the thing is, right, throughout his years, he had been going around collecting souls that couldn't move on to Lin lines or couldn't even move on. And it's really very important because the thing is, if he did not save those souls, the soul will disappear, which explained in Chilali storyline, where she, not really her storyline, but her explanation, which she did mention that soul that couldn't enter the Lin line or is considered too late, they all disappear, they dissipate along the line. So in order to save them, he has to become the captain has to become the so-called the master of the Lin line and create a new rule. But the thing is, the captain was able to use one simple chip that he has on his hand, a curse to him, but it can be considered a blessing to others. It's just like the word, one man trash is another person's treasure. So in this case, he bears the curse of immortality, or in the word, absolute life. But the question we have to ask ourselves, what is the curse of immortality? The word immortality is a continuation of mental, spiritual, or physical existence of an individual human being. And a lot of people need to understand the word all. It's not and. Just because that the captain is immortality, it cannot mean that his body won't rot. And he mentioned it himself, that while his past appearance is long gone, the thing is, right, even with the curse of immortality, he's not young. It's not like the any immortality where you became a young little boy along the line or a young little girl along the line. His soul may be still linger, but his body is rotting. He said it himself. The flesh still rot. So in a way, if anyone want to know what kind of, like, how do I know like it can be considered a bad thing, just imagine that Captain looking like Jack Sparrow when he got the curse coin. That in a way is considered the curse of immortality. A simple curse, but while he cannot die, he cannot feel, he cannot whatsoever. He, in a way, I'm expecting that the captain may look like Jack Sparrow in a way, but then again with beautiful long hair. And I'm sure you guys will be saying like, no, that's not how it looked like. Well, the thing is, he actually took out his mask and he actually shot the hell out of both Paimon and the Traveler, okay? It happened, it happened in the story, so that's based on what he say, I am thinking that while his soul is still immortality, it's not the body is dying, and that he is suffering not just only mentally from the torment of the thousands of souls within his heart, but also his rotting body. His body is rotting. He need to get away from his mortal vessel. So in a way, when that all happened, it really kind of like give me a simple understanding why he wanted to have, like, he wanted to move on. That his true goal was not only just to bring and lead all the soul within his heart to the Lin line, but for him to leave his mortal vessel. That may be his true calling. And later on, I can explain that even the Lord of the Night give that answer herself. Now that we know what is the captain's true goal, as well as the why does the curse of immortality is affecting him badly, now we have to also ask why does the rule of God, the rule of death, has to say that the curse stand, and why she couldn't like affect the rule. Now a lot of people actually forgot about one simple interaction that the Lord of the Night had mentioned, is that the Lord of the Night had say one thing about the Fourth Shade, is that the Fourth Shade is belong to under the heavenly principle, or in their word, the Almighty. Now the funny thing is, right, the Shade has something that they can't do, and that is overstepping their authority and interact with the human or the mortal. And I won't really like step too much into it, but I will just kind of like refer you guys to actually take a look at CatWithBlueHat video, because he or she had did a great explanation on that specific part. And that the thing is, right, for the god of death, she had in a way she had interact with the humanity, and in a way she has defined the heavenly principle or the almighty way more than she already has. So in a way, she, like, the god of death can't step her bounty anymore. So if she say that, hey, I can remove the curse, that will go against the almighty, the heavenly principle. And what a lot of people actually forgot is that the heavenly principle had actually instructed the god of death to actually put the curse of immortality among the people of Khaenri'ah. So if she removed the curse from a Khaenri'ah, she is going against her leader, her master, or her creator, sorry. So going against her creator is really something that she do not want to. So in a way, that's the reason why she could not say the curse can be gone. And that is the huge bargaining chip that the captain is using. He knew that the god cannot step in. Stepping in will mean that they are stepping over their boundary, and that it will go against their principle, their own heavenly principle. So in a way, it was again lead to number 4. It lead to being used as a bargaining chip. And what a lot of people actually fail to understand that why does the immortality is the mortality is being used as a bargaining chip is that this one a little bit of huge, I'm not going to say it's a huge stretch, but a huge explanation is in hand, okay? This actually took me way more to realize the number of words that have been lead to one simple thing. Lifespan. Life force, lifetime, whatever you want to call it. The thing is, right, immortality, another word, is mean eternal life. And this was kind of like weird for me when I seen this simple scene, when she already mentioned that the captain used the immortality to his advantage and grant the Lord of the Night eternal life. Another this thing is that the Lord of the Night was granted eternal life, which means that the Lord of the Night can die. Something that a lot of people tend to think that, oh, just because you are a higher being, like an angel or whatsoever, they won't die. No. This had mentioned that the Lord of the Night, despite being an angel in the story, despite being a silly, she can still die. And by using that bargaining chip of immortality, she can, like, in a way, live external life. Something that a lot of people need to understand, that why does it matter? When Marika was going to sacrifice her life, the one thing that it was mentioned, if the Lord of the Night life force is depleted, the rule will disappear with her, which solidified that the Lord of the Night had a lifespan. That she have some sort of life force, lifespan, limited life. She can still die despite being a higher being. Now, that being said, the one thing is that how does it matter? Why does Marika have to sacrifice her life? Is that the thing is, right, what a lot of people need to understand, it was not really like sacrifice her life to kind of like become another person. Like, it was actually, from how I look at it, I take it as a transfer of life, one lifespan to another being. Life absorb if you need to. The funny thing is, right, what the Lord of the Night mentioned solidified what my theory can mean, which is basically that Marika have a limited life force, her lifespan. So if, let's say for example, her lifespan, like, stated that she can live for 100 years, her lifespan is only 100 years, and that she only can transfer the 100 years to the Lord of the Night, which means that Nala can only be protected for 100 years. And then someone have to sacrifice their life again and again and again to ensure the life of the Lord of the Night to stay forever. But what a lot of people need to understand, that what if you give out a life that is internal? a unlimited source, an unlimited battery, if you will. The Captain. So the thing is, right, the Captain was able to give an internal life and give that life to the Lord of the Night, so that in number one, the Lord of the Night can't die, and number two, she can protect the Nala for the rest until maybe when the fuck got destroyed, or until the when Nalan is gone. So in a way, it proved one of the sense that I mentioned. All the Lord of the Night have to do is a chance to live forever, and she managed it herself. So the thing is, right, if you give it a chance, a short life or a long life, obviously she'll go for the longer life. She want to protect Nalan Linlai, the Night Kingdom, for the rest of her life, and that in order to protect for the rest of her life, she have to protect it forever. And in order to protect for forever, she has to have the curse of immortality. So the thing is, it's not really like when Marvikas died, she became like the so-called the master of the Linlai or whatsoever. It's actually what a lot of people actually overlook. It was just a transfer of lifespan from one being to another being. So the Captain was just only transferring his life to the Lord of the Night, and that was the deal that the Lord of the Night was keen on, and that's the reason why it mattered the most. So the thing is, right, it was used as a bargaining chip. It was not just because that it was like a curse along the line, that if the Lord of the Night was to protect Nala forever, she need a forever life, and in this case, the cost of immortality. So in a way, the Captain, the wish for death, and the Lord of the Night, the wish to protect Nala forever, they align. So the thing is, right, the decision made by the Lord of the Night is that she can choose who to die, and if the rule of death decided to step in, she is overstepping her boundary, then she will also be punished for it, something that she had been punished for in the past. So the thing is, right, it's kind of interesting to see that she mentioned one simple thing: the curse of immortality must stand. She never say that he cannot die. He never say that it must be removed. All she said was the curse of immortality must stand. The curse must stand, but it doesn't mean who hold the curse. So if the Captain decides to pass the curse to the Lord of the Night, there's nothing wrong. It still stands. It's just in a way the Lord of the Night just taking advantage of it. And in a way, it gives the Captain what he wished, his death. I mean, like, if you've been living on the earth for 500 years, I mean, like, surely he has to get his sleep, right? Because he didn't sleep for 500 years, and that, in a way, I think he do deserve his peace in a way. But here's the problem: many people take it that, oh, he died. People take it that just because that the Lord of the Night had the chance to live forever, does that mean that the Captain is forever gone? The thing is, it's kind of funny that we have to ask before will he return? We have to ask one simple question: what is the Captain's new rule? The thing is, the Lord of the Night actually mentioned one simple thing: no need to pursue tracer of him, which means that he was gone. His body may be remain, but he's long gone. Something that MiHoYo in their video showcase. A very simple at the end of the video where his body remain, but the eye dust floating around may indicate that his soul has left the body. His soul has left the body, but it doesn't mean that he's gone actually. His body is still there, which is the reason why people are kind of like hoping that he's not dead, he's still alive, because he got the curse of immortality. But as I mentioned earlier, his soul got transferred from to the Linlai now. So in a way, he also transferred the curse of immortality to the Lord of the Night. So he's no longer technically immortal in a way, because he is technically based on the word merged with the Lord of the Night and became the master of Lin Line. So that in a way made me believe that he became the master of the Lin Line. I know some people will be going with the idea that maybe maybe he just trying to hope that the soul finds salvation. He's some sort of guide, something like Psychopomps along the line. And I'm sure a lot of people will be saying like, is he a Psychopomps? Well, the thing is, right, in case anyone want to know what does that mean, it means the guide of soul in Greek's word, okay? Something like Green Reaper or the Chinese version of Heibai Wuchang along the line, but it doesn't mean that that's his role. He's only bring the soul to the afterlife, but if he became the guide, then he's not the master anymore. Which is against, I know some people will say that he can be a guide and a master at the same time. No. He becoming a master doesn't mean that he can't guide, but that will go against the word of being a master. So if he is a master, he can be a guide and a master at the same time, but it doesn't mean that he can't do that. So do understand that while it's true that he, in a way, is like I mentioned long ago, that while he became like he's so-called he's moving on from his life, it's not that he's dead in the hierarchy, he's just in the Lin Line now. He's became the master of the Lin Line. And the question we have to ask ourselves, how is MiHoYo going to bring him back? He is technically at the moment like a Sleeping Beauty or Snow White. So the thing is, right, I've been arguing with quite a few people, how is MiHoYo going to bring him back alive? The question is, how are we going to wake him out? The waking of him out, right, it has to be, like in real life term, appease two sides of the people in the community. People who love him and the people who wish for him to have peace. If these two can't be settled, no, he can't be alive in a way. So in a way, we have to understand, how is MiHoYo going to wake him out? And there is one simple thing that I mentioned that we all overlook, and that, as he mentioned, he is the master of the Lin Line. In case anyone forgot, Lin Line itself, when we touch the Lin Line, or when we interact with the Lin Line, they spawn monster, they spawn human, they spawn Hilachu, they spawn anything else. And what a lot of people fail to understand that those soul or whatever, they are not like we can't touch them, they can't hit us. They legit can interact with us. So if the captain had become the master of Lin Line, he can use the Lin Line to create a new body for himself and interact with Tefa in a way. So it's just that simple that many people feel to look at. The answer was just all under our nose. And yet people just decided to say that maybe he just needs his peace. But who knows? I mean, like, Captain has a very strong sense of justice. Captain can have a moment where he might make an appearance and say that he wants to ensure that injustice is not within his look, since he is the master of Lin Line. And if he is just a guide, which many people are hoping for, then he can't interfere, because in a way it will be going against the guide. If he became the master, he can still judge. He can still make an appearance through the power of Lin Line. So at the end of the day, a lot of people need to understand. The question is, how do MiHoYo going to make him wake up? My answer was just simple. Just use the Lin Line. But at the end of the day, it's just a speculation. It's just a random chat, and it's just a game theory. So the thing is, right, whether you agree, disagree, whether you think that the captain is dead, the captain should have his peace, or the captain should not be a peace along the line, well, I mean, like, I can't like talk about that, because the captain really, his fate really got mixed reaction back then. But then again, it's really one of the things that a lot of people need to understand. Is he really dead or not? Hard to know. Which the reason, if he's really dead, MiHoYo won't even post this video in the first place. Which I believe that the MiHoYo is trying to find what is the best answer to wake him out. I give one answer, that is the Lin Line. If he is the master of the Lin Line, then he should be able to create a body using the Lin Line. There's no such thing as going to the daughter to create a new body or what, or that his body is whatever. Because if his body is still alive, I don't want to imagine that we're gonna see his face that is gonna shock both Paimon and Traveler. Okay, I want him to create a new body that at least we can see his face in a way. But hey, I mean, like, whether you agree, disagree, you can write in the comment section. We can discuss it further. If not, if you do like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe for more random chat where I talk about stuff that sometimes makes sense, doesn't make sense, or totally random at time. But the one thing I hope that is not random for you guys is have a nice day or night. Bye.